Alright, welcome everybody to my tonight's late night stream. And yeah, you see we are on DayZ. So I am continuing the run that I started this afternoon. It was, pretty successful actually. And meanwhile, the server is pretty crowded actually. So it's more than 60 people on the server, which, feels a bit like a threat, to be honest. I'm not used to play DayZero servers with that high pop. And here up in the north, the further you get away from the spawning regions, the better people are equipped and the less they are willing to take risks and communicate. But now, what do we first want to check? We have a lot of stuff that we maybe don't quite need, because we found a stash, so some chest that looks like it had been airdropped. On this server you can actually stack a pouch and a backpack. Now let's consider we have found this weapon here. Okay, we are completely overloaded at the moment. Let's drop a few things and do some inventory management. So what about this gun? A magazine. We don't have a proper magazine for that one. So what is a gun good for when you don't have a magazine for it? Could put that sights on it. This mag isn't working. Come on. That's just too bad, didn't I? Shit, I didn't take the AK magazine with me. Civilian use. So I found a lot of stuff, but I think it's pretty useless actually. Can I put both on top of it? That's a bug, isn't it? Yes, I can. The question is only how do I switch between the different sides? How do I switch between that side and the other? Here it works with the mouse wheel. Yeah, nice, but what shall I do with that gun without any ammo for it? Really doesn't make much sense to keep it. Three of these rounds. Yeah, I think it would be nice to keep that one. Okay, Western designated marksman rifles. So I think I'm gonna keep that one as well. But I think I'm gonna drop this one. And then what do we have here? Weird magazines with weird types of rounds. Browning assault rifle is this BAR. So it would be Second World War then. Okay, Heckler & Koch, MP5 compensator. Let's keep that one. Would be a nice gun if I found one. And what about the Vigar mag? Don't think that I'm gonna find a Vigar. But let's take the shotgun shell. So that's it so far. Can test our blood. We are B positive, obviously, and we are still carrying too much stuff. Let's collect a bit of blood for later, in case we need it. Yeah, this will drain blood, will drop our blood level actually, but it will recover. And now let's combine it with the intravenous starter set, and then we have some emergency supply that we could use if we get into trouble later. Can I put my I hear a zombie approaching, but I'm not quite sure. Could well be any gun that needs repair. It's all fine. All right. So here we are, fairly well equipped. Let's keep going and keep in mind that the server is pretty full. Wow, it's almost 70 people on the server. So they must be somewhere. They will not all be in the south. Okay. Zombies again. Okay. That was kind of laggy. Let's hope that the server doesn't get any problems when it's so crowded. A Mosin compensator. Yeah, well. Oh, whoa, whoa. That's not too far away. You look so ugly. I did get a cut, come on. That's the disinfected rags, let's use them. What's the condition of our gear? Except for the boots. Things look alright. Wow, that gun was disturbing. That was far too close to be comfortable. Maybe it was coming from just over there. Okay, that's the player. Chest holster I don't need. Don't know if the guy did see me. Was a player. Yeah, well, it might be that he saw me. I was pretty obviously fighting this zombie. Is he spotting me? He's going for the wrong direction. Okay, interesting. That's the police station. It's early morning, so this is east probably. Let's go north. And keep a bit away from that guy. Problem is that I'm probably running into the swamps now. I don't like that. Let's see that we pass south of the swamps. The swamps are so eerie. And yeah, sooner or later I need repair, leather repair kit or shoes. New shoes. Hey, Mamuti. These kind of messages always sound to me a bit like a bait. Find it a bit weird. These kind of, I have that now and then. Something like, hey, follow me on Discord, do this, I do that, and then I will come in with my friends. Sorry, guy, but I find this, I don't know. Excuse me if I'm maybe too over suspicious, but yeah, actually I'm not very active on Discord. Oh, okay, zombie. Yeah, but nevertheless, nice that you're in the stream. I hope you're fine. How are you doing? Oh. I really hate the swamps. They feel so eerie. Do I really want to follow that road through the swamps? I don't like that. But come on, let's see. Let's see what we get here. Let's just hope that there is not a crowd of zombies going after me in a minute. 1, 2. Alright, and there is a second one. Okay. Don't like the sound of that. Oh shit, now I have 2 of them on my heels. Yeah, come. I don't have all the time. These gunshots. Yeah, let's see if we find something here. Nothing, come on. Probably somebody already went here. Does it make sense to carry on? Stack Industries. That's the entry to something. To something that I don't like, probably. So where is that other zombie? Hey, I hate this. When you hear the zombie and don't see him. So, come on. Yeah, come, attack me. 1, 2, 3. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. I just want to pass through the swamp. I don't want any trouble. Do we hear footsteps? Okay. That guy. Are you going after me? Are you? Okay. Take 1, 2. Wow. I think I never went through this If this is where I think where I am, then this scared me off whenever I was here before, because I thought that after that roadblock some particularly eerie things would be going on. But right now I'm hoping that this road will just pass through the swamp and will more or less safely bring me to the other side of the swamp. Yeah, we should be heading more or less north. I really don't have the map in my mind, I have to admit. And the gunshots, they were coming from somewhere here. Wow, that scared me. Was it? I do have 3 rounds in my Winchester. Alright, pretty amazing. Either I've never been here or this place has been newly crafted. Ah, duct tape. That's nice, but I fear I can't repair my boots with the duct tape, can I? No, I need the leather repair kit. Anything I can repair? Any repair needed? The winter parka, actually. I think I could repair it. Yeah, I got some hits. I took some hits. And that. Yeah, okay, good thing to have. The rest seems to be alright. So, good find. Shall we stick to the edge of the woods? Although it's always the risk that some zombie might emerge from them. We are still in the middle of the swamp. Only the road gives us a bit of safety, or at least the feeling of safety. Bamuti, are you still there? Sorry if I was a bit suspicious. An alarm clock, yeah. What I understand is that with an alarm clock you can set up a timer for a bomb. Nothing that I really need. Of course, out of curiosity, it would be interesting to try it out. Okay. This looks a bit like I'm leaving the swamp behind, or is it just a bit of elevated terrain? Ah, there are still the swamps to the right. At least I feel a bit more confident now that this road will bring me safely through the swamp towards the north. I hope it does. I hope it just doesn't have a dead end in the middle of nowhere. That feels weird. This building here in the middle of nowhere. Okay, a crude machete. I have a decent machete. This place feels so safe now, having walls around me. A CR. Didn't I find a CR mag once? Let's see what we have. Probably I dropped it if I had one. But it comes nice. The CR 9mm. That's a very decent pistol. So I do have the P1, and I think, yeah, the P1 is 9mm as well. The P1 is a decent gun as well. I actually fired it in real life several times. Yeah, it was the standard issue handgun with the German army. But I think this one is the better one, the CR, so maybe I should transfer. Let's see, what do I have? Do I have 9mm? Yeah, but that's the wrong 9mm. That's the right 9mm. Nice. $15 rounds. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop the P1 in favor of the CR. Yeah, the magazine has the better capacity as well, so it's an easy choice. Okay, I can't put these sides onto the pistol, but it comes with a flashlight. shit. That was pretty stupid. Let's hope we didn't attract any evil Knievels. The canned spaghetti. Let's open it. Yeah, we looted 2 cans of spaghetti from these military zombies. Nice. So let's leave the P1 behind. Well, this should be my primary gun now. So the CR has decent firepower. And the the Makarov has not. Okay, let's see, what do we have there? A lonely building. A lonely building in the middle of nowhere. That should be unlooted. I think this server doesn't allow base building. If it were, these buildings would be pretty good for a base, because very few people maybe pass by here. Okay, down jacket. Screwdriver. No, I don't need a screwdriver. Yeah, this should be north. So I'm going probably something like west, northwest. It's still early morning on the map, probably. So our cast shadow should cast towards northwest or west-northwest. Let's see what happens if I head further north. Do we still have swamp behind that elevated ground? No, looks like we are out of the swamp. Oh yeah, beautiful view here. I wouldn't have thought that. How very nice. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? We could follow this chain of islands and get over there. But of course, that's always a risk on a crowded server. In the water, you are just a fair target for anybody with a good gun. Gunshots. Yeah, yesterday I watched a movie, and somebody in that movie said something very smart. So when you're hiding in the wilderness and you're hunting, for example, only shoot once at a time. Because as soon as you shoot the second time, others might be able to pick up your direction, your bearing. And this is some reality from DayZ. When you hear the first gun, you never are quite able to exactly tell where it comes from. But then when you are aware and wait for a second or third gunshot, then you actually can figure out, or might be able to figure out, where the shots come from. Okay, we are already here. But do I really want to get over to that island? No. Maybe I would like to check out this one. But no, let's stay on the mainland and get further north on the mainland. The interesting thing is that you would see just anybody for a long stretch who would be walking along the beach. So, what do we learn from that? Don't walk along the beach. Beautiful. I really love how they model everything, the colors, the lighting. That's so great. You don't have to have the best graphics. Like if you go close, you see that the trees are modeled kind of in sheets. So from very close up you see that the principle is not very sophisticated. But the effect is great because they use the right colors. I know other open world games which might technically be better, but yeah, the colors and the atmosphere just does not reach this one here. They still look kind of comic style like, even though they want to be real life. And this here, this is definitely not comic like. This gives you the impression of reality. So lovely. When you're wandering around like that, you forget how deadly the ride actually is. By the way, talking about deadly, let's briefly check. Yes, 70 people out of 80 on the server, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. And indeed, I did have it right in the back of my mind. This server allows no base building, which is alright for me. I mean, usually base builders don't. On this large map, a few base builders don't really disturb me. It would be ugly if every second building would be kind of occupied by a base. But this is definitely not the case on the servers I used to play, because building a base is just so much effort, and people also could crack a base. It takes some effort, but some people make fun of it. And yeah, for a guy like me who always usually plays as lone wolf, base building doesn't make much sense. Would be such a chore to be on your own. I mean, if you team up and if you are with friends and have a chat while building the base, that's another cup of tea. But yeah, for a lone wolf like me, base building just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy about that gun. The CR is a very good pistol. And having 15 rounds in the mag, 9mm, having quite some firepower. Quite to the contrary to this one here, the IJ-70. I always call it Makarov, because in the early game there was some pistol which looked just the same and had the same caliber and was called Makarov, if I remember right. Although I'm not sure if this is correct, maybe weapons experts would teach me the better. There is still swamp to the right of us. I thought we already had left it behind, but we haven't. Yeah, there was a building, but I'm not keen, not eager to enter the swamp. Yeah, we are still regaining blood. This is because I filled a blood bag with my own blood. Yeah, our own blood is regenerating, and later if I might run into trouble, get some severe injuries, this blood bag might save my life. If you loot a blood bag from a dead body, I'm not sure whether you would then see which type of blood it actually is. Yeah, the funny thing is that this island out there with this tower, this is modeled after the German North Sea island of Helgoland. And I don't know, is this what they call the Lange Anna? This single rock, Long Ann. Yeah guys, nice to have you in the stream. So perfectly fine if you just lurk, but of course some little chat is always welcome. So short Easter holiday is over, and I'm gonna have to work again tomorrow, but well, I actually took a week off, I have to admit, so I can't sleep long. I don't have to have a bad conscience, but I do have quite a bit of work to do, nevertheless. So here in the north, everything is beautifully modeled. The only thing that I don't understand after all these years is why did John McLean use these buildings here in the northwest, these buildings which look like they stem from northern Africa. They don't fit into the countryside at all. That's such a downo for me. In the beginning I thought it might just be some placeholders, wildcard buildings, and he would later replace them. They are still there. He seems to be serious about putting North African architecture here into this, what pretty much looks like, yeah, North American or Northern Europe. Wild countryside. Let's see what we have when we come up the ridge. Is there still swamp? Yes. And yeah, we can still go north. These big mountains are still ahead of us. Shit, that scared me. I thought I heard footsteps, but it was just the sound of pebbles rolling down the slope, which you have sometimes when you're close to these boulders. And my shoes, oh shit, my shoes are badly damaged. And I am in the very middle of nowhere. So this is a bottleneck. I don't like these kind of bridges. But it can't be helped. I think I have to cross here. Yeah, the railway coming out of the swamp. A few are again badly damaged. Why are all the 45 rounds that I find badly damaged? Well, okay, I also found this fresh box, so not too much of complaining. Now let's go and kill that guy on the bridge. There might be more down there on the beach, if I remember right. at least I have him between the beach and us. 1, sorry, 2, 3. Okay. I'm really carrying too much stuff. My stamina is down to a half. That's an amazing formation there. And look at the hills ahead of us. Beautifully modeled. I really love that. Can you climb up here? No, you can't. Oh, the spark plug pristine. What's the condition of the spark plug that I have? It's also pristine. Okay, so we will get wet feet here. That's for sure. Okay, some Mosin rounds. Hey, and now they glitched away. They did. Oh, there they are. Okay. There they are. Now we should do a little bit of ringing gear. Getting the water out. Hey, can't you ring the winter parka? Oh no. That's a bug. That must be a bug. Hey, come on, and the pen. Why can't I ring them? What's the matter? Okay, let's see. That's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. It only got wet, not drenched. But the Osaka, yeah, she's dry because I wasn't under the water with my head. Yeah, I'm very worried about my shoes. Oh no, do I have to swim a second time? No. Wow. That looks so real. What about the trousers? They are only damp still. So that train had very bad luck, I would say. And I would expect more military zombies there. I played DayZero a few months ago on another map, and on that map there were kind of hardcore zombies, which tanked something like 20 shotgun rounds and would be still alive. And at that point I had already killed something like 2 of them, and here I was attacked by a third of these killer zombies. And I would have gotten him as well, but, well. Okay, read the note. Fuck you. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Just drop it. Yeah, and here I was attacked by another one of these kind of killer zombies, and yeah, I would have been able to kill him, but finally there was a bear at the same time. At the same time I was attacked by a bear. And that was the first time that a bear actually got me. So there he comes. I think there is another one coming on. My stamina is just too low. It's terrible. A sword backpack, no. My stamina, I'm just carrying too much rubbish. I really have to consider dropping a bit of my stuff. Isn't this beautiful, this mountain scenery? How peaceful must this have been before the apocalypse came? There is shoes, okay. These shoes are worn, so let's trade the badly damaged jungle boots for worn hiking boots. That's very lucky. An M-lock. With 9mm rounds. Okay guys, I have to be AFK just for 1 minute. Alright, we are still alive. Always good to see that you're still alive when you came back from having a pee. Yeah, I was thinking about what to drop. So there is ammo that I will never need. Let's drop this damaged box of 308. Let's drop the damaged 9mm and the damaged 45. That's 306. What is this? What kind of gun uses this 306 ammo? That's Mosin rounds. This is exotic. This is exotic. Just so much 308. Let's drop all that stuff. Although this is probably not making much difference in terms of weight. But in terms of keeping an overview. And now what do we have? I would really like to keep the ATOC. I don't know. Did I pick up the brass knuckles back then? No, they were damaged, so I didn't pick them up. Come on, let's use this iodine tincture to disinfect this stack of 6 racks. So by now all my racks should be disinfected. This one, and this one. So let's drop the iodine tincture. We don't need that. Do I need the machete? I think not. Let's drop the machete. I'm still so heavily loaded. I have 2 guns. I have the improved baseball bat. I have two rifles actually, two pistols. I don't need the Mosin compensator. I don't need the... Yeah, come on. Don't need this one. I already know my... This is all important. I might want to fish sooner or later. And the road flare is very, very... You are happy to have it when it's raining heavily and you want to light a fire. But maybe I'm having too many rags. Let's drop one set of rags. The book. Ah, come on. Still carrying so heavy. Let's put this one there. Let's have a can of spaghetti. To eat it also reduces our carrying weight. Don't need that now. Yeah, the really heavy stuff is... What if I drop this? Yeah, but that's such a nice melee weapon. I don't want to miss it. Amlockenhack. Yeah, come on. Oh, by the way, what about the CR? Could I put any of the mags onto the CR? Nope. It's the Baraka sides, the ATOC. Yeah, come on, let's go. That's where we came from. A flat cap, right. plug. I don't know, when do you need a glow plug? For a diesel engine, right? And the spark plug you need for a auto engine. That would be my guess. And the fishing rod. If I had the fishing rod, it's somehow bugged. Can't I get it? How much space does it take? Oh, okay, I can't put it there. But how heavy is it? It is heavy. So if I have the fishing rod, I can drop the rope. But the fishing rod is much heavier. So I think I'm perfectly fine with an improvised fishing rod, makeshift fishing rod. Wow, the server is full, 80 people. And it's a quarter to 11, at quarter to 12. Just before noon on the server. Wow. I wasn't aware that this server is so popular. There is a zombie standing on the road in the middle of nowhere. So, 12 o'clock. If I follow my shadow, I am walking due north. And that's... oh, sorry, I still have that on. Oh, hey. There was a bit of lag. Okay, here I am, bleeding. With the disinfected rags. It takes a little bit longer, but as long as it's not a mega emergency, I use up my rags and not use my good disinfected bandages. Okay, any problem with my gear? Any damages? Oh, everything still looks all right. Okay, you think you are in the middle of nowhere and still you run into zombies around here. It's so great, how beautiful. This model, this reminds me very much of our Sweden hiking holidays. Again. So, guy, where are you? Alright. Come, give your worst. 1, 2 hits, and then I have to regain my stamina. Yeah, I'm still carrying too much stuff, but well. There is my shadow. My shadow is my compass. Now I have to make up my mind on which side I would like to continue. Server's gonna restart in 60 minutes, alright. let it do it. Let's follow the railway tracks. I remember what kind of milestone it was when they actually did introduce open water on the map. They didn't have it for quite a while. Yeah, that's steep. Yeah, it's nice exploration what I do here, because, well, part of the regions that we were walking through I knew, but this again now is a stretch of countryside where I haven't been around. Okay, nice. I think here, further in the north of DayZero, these hunting stands are very rare. So that's an amazing, nice opportunity. Let's see if we get some decent loot. Yeah, for this kind of mission, this mysterious mission, you would have to head up into the hills, I don't know, and there is a pass key and whatnot. And I'm very... okay, a flare. Okay, I would have been worried. Now, come on. I don't need that. Where did I put it into the inventory? Just want to get down the ladder. Yeah, and finding nothing there would have worried me. You always find loot on these hunting stands. The only reason why you wouldn't find loot is that it was recently looted by another player. Okay, are we parting from that river? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That's an amazing sight. So I just thought I had been here before when I see this water and the shore over there, but yeah, it reminds me of something in my real life on one of our hiking trips in Norway, in Sweden. We came up to some site which was something like that, and this reminded me of that very much. Pretty amazing. Hey, come on. Oh yeah. What is this? A black pen. Yeah, what do you need a pen for in the game? To have these sheets of paper and write "fuck you" on it for other players? Nah. That's pretty weird to have this industrial site here in the middle of nowhere. floor? Nope. Okay. Pristine hiking boots. Let's trade them for the worn hiking boots. Very good. We are improving. Double barrel shotgun. Pristine, but I do have a pristine double barrel already. This one has 1 round in it. So we got another pristine buckshot. Drop the gun. Woodworking. Okay, so this is a woodcutter's factory, a sawmill, you would call it, right? Suit pants, great. Yeah, industrial sites never spawn good loot, so let's ignore the factory, but there's some kind of an office building, obviously. Woodworking, industrial, and it's 17 minutes past noon. Yeah, I have been here before, I think, and to me, okay, I'm getting warm now. Wearing too much stuff. With the winter parka and everything. Okay, that's the drawback actually. But so maybe I get it done with taking off the ski mask and the goggles. I had been here before and there were kind of, yeah, I thought it, yeah, yes. This was one of these occasions when I was just about to starve. Do we have BDU pants of medium insulation? And a pistol flashlight without a battery. So I was pretty much in trouble when I was here, and there was, back then there was many zombies moving around on the road. I had to get in here sneakily. And I was about to starve. And I think I actually did starve finally. These buildings don't spawn any much decent food loot. Well, to be honest, they don't spawn any decent loot. And we hear the zombies outside. There they are, working zombies. This is pretty consistent always. But you never find. So there are these buildings, and that's just so stereotype. You just don't find anything in these. So with this respect, I would say the game is a bit unbalanced. That there are certain sites where you can 100% tell that it's not worthwhile to go looting. And we are getting hot again. Yeah, it's midday, it's lunchtime, it's noon, and we are wearing just too much stuff. Yeah, they have just the same inventory space, the BDU pants, but I'm a bit afraid that if it became nighttime, I might get cold if I permanently switch to these. And yeah, as my policy is, I don't want to look military. Another battery. Okay, that's a bug. You even get the dot when you don't have a battery put in. Okay, I don't think that it makes sense to investigate that site in detail. It's industrial. I think you could jump over there. Wow, but that would be... Oil rig. There is an oil rig, and this oil rig is not under gas. At least not at the moment. Yeah, there is a lot of zombies looning around, and I think it's not really worthwhile to get entangled with them. Because there's just no decent loot around here. Let's keep on going north. But let's first go south, because I don't want to run into these zombies there. Let's see that we just get out here. And circumwalk that side. Maybe on the shore side. Alright, zombies again. Okay, he's a constructor, has a constructor's helmet. Bob the Builder. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we did some damage to that helmet. I haven't been playing on 100% full 80 people on a DayZero map for a while. That's quite some eerie feeling, actually. Another zombie to the right. Yeah, guy, calm if you dare. 1, 2. A battery. I'm having a lot of batteries. I also remember occasions when batteries were pretty rare. So I saw one Zodiac, but that was actually where I saw that other player. Just after we started this run here. And so I didn't dare to go for that Zodiac. Yeah, come on. 1, 2, 3. There's something lying on that table. Ah, okay, there is some accommodation for the workers, I would say, I would guess. Let's check them. Let's check them. Sooner or later we need some food, and some crisps is not much of food. Talking about crisps. Yeah, usually it's worthwhile to check these buildings. Finally, yeah, it's a bit of effort to scan through it, but finally you often find something useful. Check the door, don't want to be surprised. Okay, amazing. If you find nothing, that's unusual. If you really find nothing in this place. But this time, obviously... Okay, what is this? A hip pack, which I already have, and mine has the better color in terms of camo. Okay, there are zombies around. Let's keep that in mind. Yeah, that's nicely modeled. A sawmill. Hey, weight loss. Nice to have you in. Yeah, bots, right? The first guy probably was also a bot. Yeah, nice to have you in, and nice. Great that you make yourself visible in the chat. Good evening. I'm actually continuing the game from afternoon, so it's still the same live. We are still alive. Difference is that meanwhile there is something like yeah, it's 80 people on the server. The server is completely full. The server is completely full. Of course, yeah, this puts some strain upon me. And yeah, I saw one dead guy in a police station. And I saw one alive guy on the shore somewhere. That's weird. I thought I checked that the door was closed. Okay, gunshots not too far away. Coming from somewhere over there. Sometimes you even find food around here. But no, I'm eager to get away. Let's keep moving. Where did these gunshots come from? There. Hey, how stupid is this bait? I mean, handling something at the moment, but once I'm free, my squad and I will pull up to your stream. Add me on Discord. So, how stupid is this? Yeah, but if you send this with a bot 1,000 times, maybe there will be 10 guys who fall for it. Yeah, the rain always sounds and feels so peaceful in the game. A saw, okay. The only thing that I can loot here is a saw. I'm gonna carry on quickly. Oh, yeah, let's check this one. And that gunshot was not too far away. Yeah, there is one problem about the new map since the update 6.0. That's these zombies in the middle of nowhere. And so in the past you could relatively safely put yourself somewhere into a bush in the forest and be AFK for a minute. And around here now you never know. Whether there is some zombie around, but nevertheless I have to be AFK for 1 minute. Alright. We're still alive. So, any gunshots while I was away? Rain has stopped, by the way. Maybe we should wring our clothes. Well, at the moment, we're just alright. We're not freezing. So, let's save the effort of wringing our clothes. They will dry just by the wind as long as we are warm, as long as we are white in terms of temperature. Down there, bottom right. Yeah, I always have that in the back of my mind. 80 people on the server. They still are. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, the weather feels so... Yeah, you really believe it, you feel it. The dark grey sky. The colours getting darker. Oh, I remember there is some other industrial site here. Is it? Yeah, come on. Now that we're here in the middle of nowhere, why not checking these cars? Nothing. A P code, that's a beautiful piece of equipment, but I am beyond that. Down jacket, no. Don't need that. Oh no, alright, there is a road, a dirt road, and parallel to the railway track. Nothing in here. Yeah, it's usually only low tire loot which you find in these wagons, in these cars. And I am a bit beyond that. This is relatively high tire loot. The hiking jacket. I'm really considering switching to the hiking jacket. Although, come on, the parka is fine. Do we need the knife? No. We have a hunting knife, but that was good loot. A knife and the hiking jacket. Some rounds, okay. 3:30:06. Is it? I remember that song. Anybody remembers that song of Tom Waits? 16 shells from a 30-06. Is this the 30-06 from the song? I would have interpreted it a bit different, to be honest. That would be so funny if I would spot some player climbing around up there. Yeah, there is another large town in the north, and I actually never did loot it. That was always or often my target, to get to that town in the north. I don't remember the name. George, I don't know. But I actually never went there. I saw it from a distance, or yeah, maybe, yeah. That's the problem. If you survive long enough in DayZ, you accumulate loot, good equipment, and then you really become afraid of doing just anything. You get kind of paralyzed because you have such a good equipment that you don't dare to do that. Oh. Players. It's 2, is it? 2 players. They have it. They got the Zodiac and got it running. Don't know if this guy in the bows might spot me here. Probably not. Probably not. Wonder what they are up to, what their plan actually is. Hey, where are they? They suddenly vanished. Out of sight. Yeah, maybe that was the limit of vision. So they could work on that graphics, that they better fade away than just vanish out of sight. Okay. Gunshots from exactly over there. Yeah, but nice that I spotted these guys. This gives me at least a bit of confidence into my own spotting abilities. No, this might come from the hinterland, not from the sea. As long as I have my headphones on in the right way, it sounds more like, yeah, still sounds more like coming from the sea. What kind of rubbish yard is this in the middle of nowhere? There is a road. Yeah, at the moment it looks like I stay warm, even if it rains, with the gear that I have. Is this already that northern town that I have in the back of my mind? Yeah, probably it is. Very large harbor, obviously. Oh yeah, they have that wall. The server is restarting in 15 minutes. They did build this wall. There was one last stand going on there. But also them, they seem to not have succeeded. Yeah, the wall. I have to find some place to get through that wall. Okay. Two bridges, the railway bridge and the road bridge. Beautiful. Don't have any food anymore. I need food sooner or later. A power generator without a spark plug. I would have a spark plug. What do we have there? A battery, but it's almost empty, so let's leave it behind. We already have plenty of batteries. Anybody remembers what the name of that northern town actually is? Something like Georgetown or something? It was a fox, wasn't it? Let's see, there must be a breach somewhere. Wow. Is there a tunnel into that territory? That would be great. Oh, come on. One, two, three. Okay, military. I remember that I had been running into pretty badass guys around here. Wow. Oh shit. Oh shit. What about my equipment? The backpack got damaged. I think we can repair it with the duct tape. Server is restarting in 10 minutes. I think I remember having been here, but I think last time I got killed. Can we get into there? Is this a tunnel? No. Ah, see, it's rubbish. It's stuck. Stuffed with rubbish you don't get there. And we don't have any silenced gun. I think if I would start to shoot at them now, I would have something like 12 zombies around within a few minutes. it's a pretty bad position here. This is a train station. So right now, I think I can't do any much. Yeah, just wait it out. And allow me to have a little snack in real life. Come on, what is this? I would have died there if I wouldn't have spotted this wagon. Yeah, let's see if we can bore them away. Pretty tough zombies. That zombie had this acronym STAG written on his back, so I somehow fear that they are super hard zombies. Yeah, I just googled it. Stack zombies. Okay. So if you Google it, there are remarks about that there are particularly hard stag zombies. Alright, so the server is gonna restart anyway, so we are gonna take a little break. But I'll be back in 5 minutes, I promise. After the server restart. This is gonna be tough to get away from here. I mean, you just need to have one hardcore zombie. If he's accompanied by one or two not hardcore zombies, you're really in trouble. Oh. Alright, so we are stuck in that construction wagon. Let's see if we get out of that. The server seems to... Oh shit, we have to be... Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. When the server is full, of course, it's a bit of trouble to get back after the restart. Yeah. My mistake. I was just too relaxed. Let's see. We will... Oh, got kicked. Come on, guys. Yeah, no, you are not serious. Get me onto the server. Oh no. Let's try it from the scratch once. No, please. That would be a pity if we don't get back onto the server now after the restart. Give me the queue, okay, but don't kick me out. Okay. 4-9. Submit. Now fingers crossed, guys, that we position 4 in the queue. That's all right. But yeah, well, in the queue might still mean that we finally reach the first position and get kicked out of the server. I had that before, but as soon as we see the countdown, it's high probability that it works. I'm knocking on wood. At least in German, this is some kind of Aberglaube. Don't know if this is common in other countries as well. Oh shit, no. After the restart. The door was open. Yeah, the server restart actually resets all the doors randomly to open or close. The restart doesn't do anything about the loot. The loot management is done while the server is working. There are algorithms, and that's just great. This makes the loot feel very, very real. Other than if it were like that only after restart of the server you have the loot redistributed. Was there a gunshot? It's raining. Well, the rain is good because the rain prevents the zombies from finding us. Now let's see if we get away here sneakily, away from that wall. There is just too many zombies around. In the rain they can't spot us. Yeah, they can't see, but they usually hear. And in the rain their listening distance is considerably reduced. So let's see that we just get away from that wall in the hope that the zombie density is considerably reduced then and we don't run into these stag zombies anymore. That was pure luck. We were as good as dead if we wouldn't have spotted that construction wagon to hide in. Amazing. And I think I was killed at exactly the same position before. There where it looks like that there is a tunnel going through, which is actually stuck. Same position. Now let's get away as far as possible. Okay, yes. That's the water. I mean, worst case, if shit hits the fan, we could just swim towards the other side. They wouldn't follow us through the water. The rain has stopped. Ah, there it comes again. Right now I'm glad about the rain because it reduces the detection range of the zombies considerably. There are openings in that wall. I know that. Or at least there were in the past. Okay, it's starting to bucket down again. That's good. So let's just carry on along that river. And see where it brings us. That was a pretty deadly situation that I had there just before. Yeah, I wasn't aware that they had that wall all around that town. I once approached the town from the north, and there I relatively easily walked through a gate in that wall. I think there were 1 or 2 zombies to be killed, but completely uncritical. Yeah, but things might have changed after last updates. Okay, cliffs. And we still see the wall. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. I really don't dare. Oh, see, there is a breach. There is a breach in the wall. So, do I dare to get there? What's my fallback? I could swim across the river, Or I could hide away. Oh, oh, oh. Zombie. So you're no stack zombie, are you? No. Oh, 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 there is more zombies coming in. One, two. Giving me some rounds, APC, and they're always damaged. Come on. Some food. That's nice. One, two, three. All right. Four. Okay. They're not to be opened. They're just graphics. Alright, so if I would run into these hardcore zombies, I would have to try to retreat and swim across that river. They wouldn't follow me, but it's quite some way to run. Or jumping up to there was a breach. There is a breach. So do we see any Zs? No, not really. So let's try and get through the breach. There is a zombie. Maybe we were able to avoid him. No, it looks like... shit. Got them both. There is another one. Let's try to become sneaky. Luckily, both of them were no hardcore zombies. Oh, come on. They really knew what they were doing. Let's get away. Come on, you are not a stag zombie, are you? It is a stag zombie. One, two, three. No! Let's keep running. Let's keep running. Let's get away from that wall. These stag zombies, they are, well, they are dope. Portland, that was the name of the town, yeah. So here we are in Portland now. Pretty hard to get in. So this is the reason why I never started to loot in Portland. Wow. So I completely emptied the clip of my CR. It's damaged, but yeah, shall I repair it? Do I have 9mm rounds? Don't think that I have much. Yeah, here I do have a few 9mm rounds left, so I think it's worthwhile to repair that pistol. And empty the M-Lock magazine. I think I'm gonna drop the M-Lock magazine. And, well, what's the condition? Pristine, very good. So let's put the 9mm rounds into the CR mag and put it back into the CR. I love this animation. So now we have 6 rounds back in that one. Changed the mag. Okay. That's a hilly going down, but that's pretty far away. And we have plenty of 380 rounds to load that mag. So we are still having a spare mag. That's alright. Wow. That was quite a bit of a tough action to get through there. Yeah, we still have plenty of inventory slots open, but more than we can carry. We are down to less than half of our stamina. That really turns out to be a problem when you're attacked by several zombies. Yeah, but we didn't take too much damage. What about our equipment? Let's check. So the ballistic vest is worn. The winter parka is damaged, so let's repair it. I think the ballistic vest was pristine when I got it. Pristine, worn, pristine. So we didn't get too much damage on our inventory. That's just fine. So let's have some spaghetti. We have earned it. Yeah, it would have been great if there would have been some surviving society here in this last stand area, but obviously even this last stand area was overrun by the zombie disease. Oh, come on, spark plug and let's briefly check the server. Yeah, the server is still full, 80 people, and it's 4 o'clock, so it's still early. It's just due to the weather that we have this elimination. Now we need to find a breach in the barbed wire fence, and there it is. Yeah, this seems to have been a wonderful safe zone. Zombie. A little local football stadium. There's something lying in the middle of the field. By the way, I have that. This one. Could I figure out what it is? I don't know, some clothing. Pretty weird to have it lying there. Yeah, the rain nicely hides me. That's very comfortable to have the rain right now. poncho. Yeah, I started the game with a poncho, but it was in better condition than this one. I think this is the very first time that I am looting within this town. Okay, I don't see any zombies. Police car. My shoes are still fine, they're only worn. I don't know, maybe I'm relatively safe now that I'm in here. Safer than when I was trying to get in, which was tough. Okay, more shotgun shells. That's all right. Good to have them. I could have used the shotgun as well. I do hear something. Yeah, there is a zombie outside. Chili shrug. What is this? Ghillie. A ghillie shrug. For what would you use it? Okay, you can have that instead of the backpack, yeah. No, don't need that. Sorry. A saw, great. But nothing else. Yeah, nice little town here. Let's close the doors so that we are left alone here. What is this? A belt. Well, I do have a hip pack, which is fine. Since the hip packs came into the game, the belt really lost its meaning. And my gut feeling is that the hip pack is much more commonly to be found than a belt. In the early times, the fire station was the place to go. Could it really be that this place is looted? It was such an effort to get here, so it's pretty hard to imagine that other players also went through that. But probably they are. Nothing that looks so looted. No, come on. Not the pub. Not the pub. Oh, a zombie. There it comes. So, take one, take two, take three, and one last. Shoes. One hiking boots. Yeah, well, no improvement. That's really nicely done. What do we have here? Codeine pills, okay. Painkiller. Don't think that it does make much sense. Never made use of these painkillers. What a wonderful countryside at the bottom of these steep hills. That looks great. Oh, rice. That's been a while since I found some rice. The machete, no. Let's have the rice. I never tried to cook it in the game, actually. Don't know if it would make any difference. Eating raw rice is maybe a bad idea. Wow, look at how nice this is done. This is no kind of standard something. That's really just lovely how this terrace of a cafe is arranged. Yeah, much respect to John McLean. This is really amazing what you did on that map. Zombie down there. Pliers, we don't need them. Don't need a saw just as well. Okay. I do hear a zombie. Beautiful. Beautiful how this town kind of merges into the slopes at the bottom of these magnificent hills. I love it how he did it. This is beautiful. I never went so far. Okay, this is really just kind of a balcony. Press vest. Worn. Interesting to find a press vest here. Is there a police station close? Yeah, look at that computer. That's 20, maybe 30 years ago that a computer looked like that. With the large floppy disk and the small floppy disk. Yeah. And we hear zombies. We do hear zombies out there. Okay, helmet in very bad condition, I would say. Epoxy, okay, that's good. That's good to repair armor. Hiking jacket in bad condition. Yeah, endless roads to loot. So now that we're here, what is our next mission actually? I guess not many people managed to reach that town. we are here in Portland. What would be our mission? So, I guess this is north, this is west. The sun is already deep in the west. All the town seems to be pretty peaceful if you compare it to what struggle I had to get in. Alright, very good. So now I have a Coke, a Pepsi, and a Sprite. Oh, wow, this one is even pristine. Pristine press vest. Ballistic vest. Alright. All right, so here we are in Portland, and I think I'm going to call it a day for now. It's 3 o'clock, 3:15, so time to go to bed. And yeah, as I said, I did hand in holidays, so I have a holiday this week. I can sleep a little bit longer, but still there is a project that I have to kind of prepare. So yeah, if I start working on that on 10 o'clock, it's perfectly fine. Our son and my wife, they are still away. Our daughter is in, and we are gonna have some breakfast tomorrow together, and then I think she's still also online on her computer playing Velo or something. So have a good night and see you tomorrow, guys. I think I'm gonna do another stream tomorrow. Bye bye.